Music streaming on kiwiradio.nz as well as simulcasting on upfm.co.nz. We've got a double treat for you today. Return guests from two extraordinary musicians from New Zealand. Tony Parker, NESC, is coming back on the podcast, and Luke Hurley has done some live recordings as well. So we're going to have a chat to both gentlemen straight after this first track, which I will introduce the show with. I found a new release by Shannon Matthew Vanya, which is the project of multifaceted artist Shannon Fowler. He's revealed his brand new single just days ago. It's called It Gets Better.
Let's take it from the top. One, two, three, four.
I used to have a chip on my shoulder, wearing out the ones I love. I used to put some others below me, count the ones I set above. I used to think I had all the answers, bright as sponge to point it out. Could see myself in every movie, where and when it all works out. Sometimes it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better. I've been keeping it together, sometimes barely hanging on, and every night feels like forever, passing hours till the dawn. Sometimes it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better. Sometimes it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better. Almost caught up when I run out of steam, turning around down a one-way street. Then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better. Almost caught up when I run out of steam, turning around down a one-way street. Then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better, and then it gets worse and then it gets better.
Welcome to the show. Shannon Matthew Vanya, Kiwi music for your ears, featuring Levine. And the show is just getting better now because we've got our special guests on the phone. In fact, both our guests, Tony and Luke, are at Luke's house right now having a wee party, which is pretty fun. Welcome to the show there, Jets. How are you both?
Great, thank you.
What's going on at Luke's house right now?
Oh, well, hey, I was going to ask you, what was that song about? I couldn't quite pick out what they were singing about.
It was heavily auto-tuned, but yes, it gets better. I don't know. Apparently things are about to get better. Is it?
Yeah, it sounded interesting. I just couldn't really pick out what. Anyway, the party here is not particularly exciting. We'll get the fire going, which is great.
That's cool.
I was just showing Tony my Go Down 12 string. I got this shallow body go down 12-string that is just a totally revolutionary guitar. And a company called Godin, they're amazing. And they work together with Taylor. So you've got Robert Godin, who owns Godin, and you've got Robert Taylor, who owns Taylor, and they're best of buddies. And basically, it's game over. That's the best guitar alliance in history. And they're surpassing Gibson and Fender and you name it, and Martin. And so it's an incredible guitar. Yeah.
Well,
so that's what I'm working on at the moment. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff on that.
Awesome.
And it's just the best guitar I've ever played.
There's an instrument endorsement right there.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm not really meaning to do that, but I just can't believe how good this guitar is. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you are an absolute legend on the guitar there, Luke. I've known you for many, many years. So I'm excited to hear that you've recorded a bunch of new tracks live. We're going to play Woke Up, which was a song originally played on TVNZ's Dunedin Evening News show. Can you believe it? That's when they actually encouraged the arts before the world's media got taken over by Santa Claus, Rob. But yeah, I mean, tell us about Woke Up. And by the way, our podcast also endorses the arts because we love Kiwi music.
You will have nothing. You will have nothing.
And be happy. I know all about that. Yeah, yes. You will have nothing.
You will have nothing and they will be happy.
How would we do a podcast, though, if we have nothing? I certainly wouldn't be happy without a microphone.
Well, you have to see how it worked because you see how it has worked in music. There was, that kind of opulence that came from selling tactile things like vinyl records and CDs and tapes, and there was a tactile product that people bought, and the profit margins were massive, and there was plenty of money to throw around, and even though the artist got a small slice of the action, there was still orders of magnitude more money available from the sale of product than now with say Spotify, where you would, it's total absurdity where you've got to have like 20,000 listens to maybe make $20 if you're lucky, you see. So I think that whole idea of you will have nothing is very similar. Like they can apply that model to everything, you see.
So even with the music forum, you had something. You at least had vinyl and CD in your hands. But now with the digital realm, you have
that's right. And you apply that model to everything. Okay, I'll give you an example. There's a time where if you owned a scooter, for instance, an electric scooter, cost you quite a lot of money, and you're zipping around town, and you're just the flavor of the month. The next thing you know, they've got rental scooters, and everybody's got a scooter, and all they have to do is just zip zap their card, and they can ride around on a scooter all day. But it was similar to that, and I think that's what they're talking about with this big rearrangement of the world. Everything will be rented, everything will be freely available. People will have whatever they want, but they won't own anything. It's a bizarre idea, but I suppose they can bring it through, and which has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about my Woke Up song.
It's kind of an alignment because the title says Woke Up. So for anyone that hasn't woken up, maybe there's a little intro there for you. Luke is definitely in the woke camp, much like me. So this is really good. You should definitely join our forum.
I'm in the Woke Up camp, which is a little bit different to the woke camp. Woke Up camp is a little bit skeptical of woke, if you don't mind me saying. But we had a bit of fun with that. Do you like the rainbow cowboy on front?
The rainbow cowboy.
Have you seen the rainbow cowboy cover of the Woke Up?
Yes. I wanted to ask you about that artwork. So if you check out the Bandcamp link or go to lukehurley.co.nz, the new album release cover has a guy sitting on a horse, very colourful. What are you trying to say with the artwork there?
Oh, it's not me. That's Mike Cook. And I asked Mike Cook to illustrate it, and that's what he came up with. And it's a mistake. It's not meant to be taken seriously. And I think Yeah, he is absolutely brilliant. Mike Cook. If you're not familiar with his art, just look him up on the Google, and you will find the most extraordinary surrealistic art that he creates. He's a Dunedin artist and massively underrated and underexposed. He needs to be well known,
Okay,
and some of his work is just extraordinary. Yeah.
Mike Cook.
Hey, there's another endorsement, Ralphie. I've just done another endorsement.
Well, we're endorsing you all the time. Luke Hurley, a very awesome instrumentalist, very well known here in New Zealand, and you should check out some of his music at lukehurley.co.nz. This is the brand new track.
Actually, Ralphie,
yes.
Ralphie, I must say, watch out for the double superlatives, though, because very awesome, I can't handle. Awesome, maybe, but very awesome. I can't handle that.
Okay, it's just awesome. Here's a track that's just awesome, or just awesome, singular.
Now that's a moderation awesomeness. That's okay. We can handle that.
Well, Luke, we're going to let you sit through your own song. You've heard it many times, but some people haven't. So here we go. Woke Up by Luke Hurley, playing on kiwiradio.nz. We also have Tony in the sidelines.
This morning, blues all around. Well, I woke up this morning, heard that sound. Echoed so sweetly through my brain. Echoed so sweetly, can you hear that refrain? Can you hear it? Do you know it too? When you wake up, is it gonna carry you? 'Cause it came from a source greater than I know, million-ton river in a handful of snow. Echoed so sweetly through my head, stirring feelings that I thought were dead. Can you feel it rolling over you when you wake up? Will it carry you through? Will it carry you? Like a sound that you thought you knew, but the sound that's coming is deeper than the sea. Can you feel it rolling over you? It's gonna carry you. Gonna carry you. And you can hear it. That sound. Can you feel it rolling over you? Can you feel it carry you far away?
Give it up for the man, the legend, Luke Hurley, with a song that's great, actually. Wonderful. Yes, I enjoyed that. Luke, Well done. Recorded extremely well, and what a beautiful song.
Oh, thank you, Ralph. Yeah, it's very, very kind of you. And what makes you think I'm a leg end?
What's that?
What makes you think I'm a leg end?
A leg end?
Oh, a legend. Okay.
Oh,
legend.
no, I said... oh, no, I just finally got that joke. Where's my... here we go, laughter. Laughter.
It was pretty bad. It was bad.
That was good.
What's that, mate? I talked to my colleague at work. My colleague said you are a leg end.
A leg end.
Yeah.
Awesome. Look, well, amazing, and congratulations on the record. And it's always nice to hear new music from you in any shape or form, because I think you're a legend, or a leg end.
We sold one copy. So how's that? Go to bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
If someone out there let's see if someone out there might buy copy number 2.
Yeah, I actually need to jump into that wagon there. I'm on your Bandcamp now, lukehurley.bandcamp.com, and we want to say a big thank you to Tobias, who has bought... He's bought everything of yours. He's bought the Luke Hurley Live, the Woke Up, Happy Isles. I'm looking at all his purchases here. Sister Moon, Make Room, the Best of, Limited Liability Live. I mean, you've been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah, he's great. Where does he live? Somewhere in Europe. I forget which country.
Yeah.
Might be. I forget now. He's a great chap. Yeah.
Well,
if he sees a mountain, we climb. I see a mountain. I see that mountain. I will climb it. We're having a cup of tea, and we finish our cup of tea and biscuits, and he's back from climbing the mountain. He just climbs to the top of the mountain, come back again, and the amount of time it takes for us to have a few leisurely cups of tea and some biscuits. That was Tobias, yeah. And when he was visiting New Zealand. I've seen him for a long time. It was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, because you're a man that is well travelled, especially with your music. You have been to Europe and all sorts of things like that. You're quite versatile and mobile. And the thing I love about Luke Hurley is it's really just one man with a lovely voice and a lovely, lovely, lovely guitar playing style. So enough of...
Hey, I've got my ear. I've got one ear to the speaker here.
Yeah.
And that feels real good. And I'm going to turn my head around. And I've got my other ear on the speaker. And I say, can you fill this one up now?
Yeah. Well, Luke, we're gonna hand the baton there to your friend, also releasing some music. Tony Parker is back on the podcast. He's an independent Auckland, New Zealand guitarist, singer-songwriter. Tony, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, Tony, tell us about this new track that you've recorded.
This track, Can You Hear Me Now, is a track that is dedicated to my father. In the last years of it, he passed away about 3 or 4 years ago now. But in the last years of his life, he was living alone because my mother had a stroke, and he was, quite lonely. And I had him on speed dial on my phone, and I'd ring him every day. Or whenever I got in my car, I was going somewhere, I'd just ring him up and just sort of have a chat. And we just had these amazing calls every day for maybe 2 to 3 years, or maybe even longer. And then all of a sudden, his health took a bad turn, and the calls stopped, and he passed away. And this song is a tribute to my father, Errol Parker, and the focus that you can hear in the song, because it was like I was been knocking at his door every day, talking to him, and then suddenly it's not there, and you can actually hear him sort of come in and come out in the middle of the song, as in the phone call, to try and mimic that experience.
So you actually recorded a few phone calls in the middle and put it in the song? Is that what you said, or?
No, I only had one piece of material that he was speaking in.
Yeah.
But I've sort of mimicked it to be like a phone call in the middle of the song, so you'll hear that in the song.
What a gift! What a gift. That's really amazing to hear. And yeah, what a wonderful legacy that you've created. So, Mr. Parker, this is dedicated to you upstairs. And yeah, this is "Can You Hear Me" by the beautiful musician called Tony Parker, which, by the way, I should probably plug his website. It's tonyparkernesc.com. So yeah, check out and have a listen to the song.
If the sky should fade from blue, if the sky should rain down on you, can you hear me now? Can you see me now? Can you hear me knocking at your door? I've been knocking, but you're not here the sky could rain down on you if time should stand still for you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Knocking at your door. I've been knocking like so many times before.
Auntie Flo used to have, I remember going out her back porch and she had a framework so she could reach her clothesline, which was mostly pretty short. I remember that.
Can you hear me now? Knocking at your door. I've been knocking, but you're not here anymore.
You're listening to kiwiradio.nz, a very special place on the interwebs that really showcases the talent that we have in this country, New Zealand. Now, Tony, what a beautiful song, and again, what a wonderful gift to get to your dad. So I've got some good news for you both. Are you ready?
Yes. Hang on. Hang on. Just one lotto?
I didn't win lotto. I'm still working 9 to 5, making a living.
Okay.
But
I want to guess.
I did go to Luke's Bandcamp and just splashed out $19 ridiculous to buy his brand new album. And now I kind of feel like Oprah Winfrey. And I think I need to match that somehow with Tony. But
you
again,
are handsome. You are handsome. You are talented. You dance well.
I don't know if I dance well. I don't know if I dance well.
You do.
But
that's awesome.
That's Luke. That's there now. So I've got the great thing is I'm going to be spinning those tracks on kiwiradio.nz, and at some stage I'm going to put my next paycheck towards Tony as well, so he feels a bit of love.
Well, you've been endorsing this guy, and I'm thinking of buying a copy of it myself. You know.
Well, it's kind of like the circle of life, maybe. So head along to
the ironical thing is I actually don't have a copy of it myself.
Enjoy that. I think you guys, it's just wonderful to support local artists because that is the beauty that they provide in our lives. So the soundtrack of our lives, shall I say. But yeah, congratulations on you both. Thank you so much again for being on the show. And we hope to hear from you soon again. And,
hey, Ralphie,
yes.
Ralphie, I want to ask you something. Could you do me a favour? If I give you his number, I want you to ring a guy called Kane Hogan.
Okay.
Now, Kane Hogan is a very talented guy. And he just told me the other day he wants to give up music completely, doesn't want to know it, want to walk away from his music, walk away from his muse, and I just want you to give him a call and interview him on your station. Could you do that for me?
I will definitely do that. that. That'll be actually amazing.
Yeah, and you could look him up on, what's that one, SoundCloud?
Actually, okay, I'm on SoundCloud now. I might even...
Yeah, look up Kane Hogan. And just have a listen and drop him a line and tell him that I'm sure you'll love his stuff. If you like my stuff, you like his stuff. He's a very, very talented fellow, extremely articulate, great communicator, and an awesome gardener. He knows everything about horticulture and planning of eco communities and stuff like that, which is something I'm kind of interested in too.
I think I've found his SoundCloud, Kane Hogan Music.
Yep.
Is he really into edible landscape gardening?
That's the guy. He's extremely good at that, and he's a very good communicator. You want to have and now I can give you his number.
Yeah, give me his number off air. I would love to interview him. And what's your favorite track by Kane? I've got his On a Good Day.
I'm not sure. He's not. I'm not familiar with. Really, just have a look on SoundCloud, and you'll find a few. I've just heard him play live. I haven't really. I haven't followed his recordings so much, but I've heard him live. He's a great player.
I'm gonna up that request. I'm gonna up that request +1 because I'm actually gonna play one of his songs on the same podcast, so you can actually send him this link.
That is just awesome.
Send him this link later,
awesome,
and I'm just
I will.
I'm going to play a bit of Kane from New Zealand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
excellent, mate.
And thank you both again for being on the show, and I hope you both stay cool and stay creative.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
I'm going to play Kane's song right now, actually, called On a Good Day. This is endorsed by Luke Hurley, and you tell me if you enjoy it. Thanks again for being on the show, everybody. It's off to a good start.
Live to create and let things grow. Choose in a way that creates the feelings that lift heavy weights. On a good day when I'm in the clear, free from that stuff that rings in my ears. On a good day when I'm not so lost at sea, and the illusions that my mind throws up as reality. I'm getting out of my way, I won't stop the flow. Live to create and let things grow. But choose in a way that creates feelings that lift heavy weights. On a good day when I'm in the clear, free from that stuff that's ringing in my ears. On a good day when I'm not so lost at sea, and the illusions that my mind throws up as reality.
KiwiRadio.nz, and I'm really impressed by that. I'm definitely going to download some more of Kane's music there. Thanks again for Luke Hurley and Tony NESC for joining us in today's podcast. Chocker full of Kiwi music. Next is Pacific Heights with a track that he's collaborated with Georgia Lyons, who's, by the way, one of my favorite female singers in New Zealand. She's got a very soulful vocal ability, and their songwriting is excellent. They've teamed up with a new track now called In Bloom, playing it for you right now on Kiwi Radio.
Wondering how we arrived in this place. I've been searching for ways that I'm fine, and I keep trying to find you. I wanna dive into the deep end of your love, let it wash over my bones. Come with me, I'll take you as you are. Baby, I'm hoping you finally see that this love and devotion is something that you need. Can't you see that I'm fighting and I'm giving it all to you? Baby, I'm hoping this love will see us through. Find you here in the stillness, and I know we were lost in it all. I've been hoping you find me here and fall into my arms. But all I ever wanted was something real, something honest. I love you through every moment, so I keep trying to find you. I wanna dive into the deep end of your love, let it wash over my bones. You come with me, I'll take you as you are. Baby, I'm hoping you finally see that this love and devotion is something that you need. Can't you see that I'm fighting and I'm giving it all to you? Baby, I'm hoping this love will see us through. My mind keeps telling me no. Running as fast as I can, running as fast as I can to you. Hey, baby, I'm hoping you finally see emotion is something that you need. Something that you need. See that I'm a fighter, and I'm giving it all to you. Baby, I'm hoping this love will see us. This love will see us. Do I need to be stronger? 'Cause I do anything for you. Should I run a little further? This love will see us. Can't you see that I'm a fighter? I'll do anything to hold you. And I'm throwing a lifeline to you. Don't need to be stronger, 'cause I'd do anything for you. Should I run a little further?
Okay, welcome back to the show.
See that I'm a fighter. I'd do anything to hold you. I'm throwing a lifeline to you.
Throwing a lifeline to you. Oh, that's a really nice concluding line there. I've actually asked our guests to do an encore back on the phone there. Welcome back to the show. Tony and Luke might still be around. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
And
hey, how are you, Ralphie? Good to be back, buddy.
I just had to call you because we've had feedback on Kane's music. Vachi is listening in from Sydney, saying that it would be a shame for Kane to stop creating songs. So I thought I'd just tell you that, which is...
You tell Vachi what Vachi needs to do is get right behind Kane. And anyone out there, get right behind him, back him. He's working hard and he's struggling and he needs support. So just send him... Don't want to see him giving up music.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you know, it's extremely difficult in New Zealand. There's almost zero support for the arts, and I would hate to see him give up like the myriads that I have seen give up. And because I mean, really, it's the nearest thing to impossible that you can possibly do is to try and get any kind of endorsement or support or encouragement from the arts in New Zealand.
Well, we want to change that on this radio
for
station.
Ralphie Radio.
No, well, we've renamed.
Yeah.
Luke, we've renamed because it's no longer Ralphie. It's about Kiwis. So we've renamed to kiwiradio.nz. And we also have the domain kiwiradio.co.nz. So, yeah, we've renamed.
Well, what about the Weckers? I'm not a Kiwi, I'm a Wecker.
You are. Well, we can't buy all the domains. But I definitely need to hit Kane up because I've actually been into my gardening as well. So he's really into edible landscapes. You'll be proud of me, Luke, because I've grown a few things now. I've grown my own strawberries, I've rhubarb, for the very first time, I've actually grown my own potatoes. So
you want to talk to Kane about this stuff? He's the professor of this sort of stuff.
Is he?
And I've sent you his numbers. Why don't you give him a call? Put him on the air now, man.
Oh my goodness! What am I doing?
Track him down. Give him a call.
Yeah.
And chat away. You should do like Broken does. Talk to people for 3 hours at a time. Just go crazy, man.
Well, I want to pick your brain a little bit there, Luke, because you are a smart man. You're a very beautiful musician, but you're also a smart man. Is there anything you want to say to the world right now? We have a global audience. Go. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, what I would like to say to the world is this: that it's really like I'm 64 now, and if I had realized when I was young, if I'd had the experience of finding out about near-death experiences of people who've gone to the other side and come back, and if I had been around the kind of incredibly positive people that I've met in recent years, I would never have been afraid of living. See, I was so afraid of dying that I didn't want to live. And the thing that happened was, what it really comes down to, and here's something I want to tell the world, if you ever are afraid of death, what you're really afraid of is life. Because people think that they're afraid of dying. They're not. They're afraid of living. So just to all the people out there, quit being afraid of living. Just go for it. And I'd say to you, Ralphie, you want to do interviews, just do it, man. Just go for it. Talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Talk all day long. Talk for 3 hours to one guy and 3 minutes to the next guy. However long they want to talk to you, just let it all hang out and just go for it. That's my advice. Don't hold back. I'll tell you why I can tell you this. Okay, this is I'll finish with this, and I won't labour my point. But we put out. Tony very kindly put Make Room on Spotify and Chris Rankin paid the cost of putting it on there. And we were actually absolutely astounded that Speak and Run, which is the most obscure track on the album, which I never play at gigs, and I've almost forgotten that I'd even written it, right? Now, that's the song that took off. That's the song that got the most listens, more than other songs that I've promoted for 30 plus years, right? So that is astonishing.
Which song
now,
was that again? Which song?
It's called Speak. It's called Speak and Run, and it's my Make Room album.
Okay.
With 98 bases, which is on. Now, the extraordinary thing about that is there's other tracks on there that have been promoted for years and have a real sales history and all sorts of things. But this song, obscure as hell, extremely personal. You know, it's stuff that I kind of was afraid to sing it. It was so personal at the time. So it's deep down from my inner sanctum of my heart of hearts, deeply personal. That's the one that people identified as the one they want to hear. That's the one that gets more listens than any of the others. So I would say to people out there, if you're going to write songs or write a book or anything you want to do, any kind of artistic expression, do not be afraid to speak from the inner, deepest, most personal thing. Just put it out there. Don't be afraid to speak from the innermost, most personal, most fragile part of your life. Because when you do that, you will find so many people out there will come to you and say, you know what, I thought nobody else was thinking that. And then I heard your song and you were saying that. I thought nobody else was thinking that. What you will do is you will reach out to many people and you will bring healing to many people. If you can be courageous enough to just go to that inner sanctum and not be afraid to share your deepest, most personal, most fragile things. There's my little thing to the world, okay?
Well, that's very beautiful. Tony, anything to add?
I think Luke is going to speak and run on that.
Well, I've got great news for you. I've got great news for you. Luke is officially $2 more richer. I have just bought Speak and Run. I've just bought Speak and Run from Bandcamp. So there you go.
Yeah.
Unintentional cross sell, but look, the thing is, we got to support the artists. We got to support the artists. Yeah. Luke's going to go to Sky City. No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Immediately to the casino.
No, don't. Those are for your strings, Luke. Those are for your strings. Use it wisely. Anyways, I'm going to play Speak and Run. I've just bought it off Bandcamp and I'm going to play it. So I will. I will honestly let you go for sure this time because
and we're going to promote you, Ralphie. I'm going to put you through my Facebook and all the rest of those channels and or through the blog and that. We'll promote you too, Ralphie, so we can help each other there, buddy.
It's funny what you said there, but the story of KiwiRadio.nz has been about 38 years in the making. I remember when I was in primary school, I had my best friend Fraser, and we used to do our little mock-up radio shows just on my phone, something. It was it was a cassette tape. And we'd pretend to have these radio shows, and it took maybe 38 years for me to actually start up a radio station, mostly because of the technical hurdle. And I've been working for radio stations in the past, like Up FM and stuff. But I think we're filling a niche. KiwiRadio.nz is about Kiwi music because we love Kiwi music. So there we go. And that's my little spiel. Brilliant. So you can just promote that little link there, Luke and Tony.
Right.
And by the way, we are now live Tuesdays, 7 p.m. New Zealand time as well. So we've changed it to every Tuesday. Anyways, thank you. That's the plug. And I hope you both have a wonderful day and stay cool, stay creative. I will actually let you go this time. And Luke, please text me please text me Kane's number because I'd like to actually call him.
Okay, I think I've done so already. You just check.
I haven't
Already
received
tried
it yet, so
text-
if you could get Tony to text me as well.
Yep, no problem. We'll get
Yeah,
it.
sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you
Well,
very much.
I'd hate for
Yeah,
you to
buddy.
I'd hate for you to speak and run, but see what I did there. Thank you again for being on the show.
Take care, buddy.
Okay, cheers. All right. Hate for them to speak and run, but I love my little segues. Anyways, Luke Hurley with Speak and Run.
Oh, this country sure looks bad to me. I think they're leaving all the time. No one cares if you wanna share now. It's either yours, the only time mine. Either yours, the only time. It's not so bad if you're just a middleman. You take percentages left and right. You keep up with inflation. It's no struggle for you. Keep it out of sight. Down. Free like mice. I think a pig run too fast. We get sick. Corrupt or ignorant, or plain indifferent. We get what we deserve. Sleepy City is run by living fossils. A businessman, a one-time criminal. He say he deals in drugs. If it's true, I'm not feeling well. Cold turkey got me down. Say, hey, will you sell it to me now? I hear you dealing by the gun. Well, I got you on the run. Like she bet you anyone know. Said no, I got my hands full of flight to welcome the day. Discuss the possibility. Yeah, possibility before morning tea. Yeah. Lucky for you, people like you. No one stops what's going on. If you care to speak at all, you better speak and run. You better speak and run.
KiwiRadio.nz. We just had the wonderful Luke Hurley and also Tony NESC on our wonderful podcast that streams Tuesdays 7 p.m. every week. And we had a lovely tip to check out another Kiwi musician's music on his SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Kane Hogan Music. We played his song On a Good Day earlier. And I've just sent him a text right now, like 1 minute notice. He's actually on the phone. Kane, hello. My name's Ralphie. Welcome to the show. You are live on our weekly Kiwi Music podcast. Did you expect such a call this fine Tuesday evening?
No, I'm just preparing my dinner for tomorrow.
Well, I was pleasantly pleased with your first track, which we played earlier. By the way, I'll send you an MP3 link later for the replay. You can also catch our other replays at kiwiradio.nz, but we played your first track on a good day, and we're about to play the next song, Most Important Thing. And Luke actually told me the most important thing to tell you is to keep going with your music. So much so that we actually had some feedback from Australia. Vachi is currently listening, saying it would be a shame for you to stop making music because We think you're very talented, and we enjoyed the tunes so far. So there we go. That's why we have you on today's show. I also want to talk to you briefly about gardening, because I'm a bit of a green thumb myself. I've just grown my first potatoes, and you're into edible gardening, according to your biography.
Yeah. Actually, not as much as I used to be. You know, I was a vegetable garden facilitator in Westport, but I'm just giving it a break after the global health machine sort of smashed it up. So, but, you know, everyone do something which you can in your backyard and get something fresh.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. One of the best gardening channels I watch is Sustainable Me, and his famous quote is, "You don't have to be sustainable in everything, but just be sustainable in something." So, what does your garden look like?
Oh, well, I'm actually renting now in Nelson, and so I haven't really got a garden anymore. You can probably hear the TV in the background because these headphones are incredibly sensitive. Is that right?
I can hear a little bit of television, but I can't make out what it's doing, what it's saying, or anything.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not too bad. But I thank you for being on the show. Very last minute. This was not rehearsed. But I'm going to play you a track called "Most Important Thing." What's the most important thing to you, and why did you write this song? What's it about?
Oh, wow. Look, I can't even remember now. It's like, it's the whole art thing. I mean, songs live to me like an apple coming through your branches. It's like songs coming through your hand or your mouth, and then it's gone. You don't even know why, but it made sense at the time. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a listen to it now, and maybe we can invite you back in the podcast if you haven't heard of kiwiradio.nz, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. all the time. And I hope you continue writing music, because I really enjoy your tunes.
Yeah, thanks, Ralphie. Unless they're high end, man, and you're in $1 million studio and you got some real plush balances and stuff, I think it's just small scale drag stuff, and I don't think it's worth much.
Well, I think,
but anyway,
I actually think that a song in any recorded form, as long as it's got a wonderful, a story or something like that, and a nice vocal, that's what I'm attracted to. So I think you're very talented, and that I enjoyed the tunes that we've heard so far. I'm actually going to play out the show. We've been running for about an hour now, but I'm going to play out the show with your song called "Most Important Thing." And I hope you stay cool and stay creative. Thanks again for being on the show today, Kane. And remember,
thanks, Rocky.
There's some tracks of his at soundcloud.com/Kane Hogan Music. And this is his track. The podcast that plays every Tuesday, we dedicate it to Kiwi music. Thanks again for all our guests today. And we're going to play now Kane's song.
Under my feet, in the world I create, in my own street. The most important house to clean is the house of my mind. The log in my eye, any enemy I contrive. The most important thing to do is enough of what lifts after doing the dishes, enough to be true. The most important truth to know is the space between words, so concepts are cured of spiritual blindness, the semantic confinement of mental abstractions in the illusion in language.
You are listening to
Strut and fretted sour upon the stage. stage. The strut and fretted sire upon the stage. The most important thoughts to trust are them all at once a conclusion? The redemptive confusion, the mysterious refinement of surrender in alignment to all that is in the moment, with no thoughts to solve it, is the vanity of sadness and the scale of the universe. Struts and frets its hour upon the stage. Struts and frets its hour upon the stage. Struts and frets its hour upon the stage.
And that's the show, everybody. Heavyweight champ, that is Kane Hogan. Edible landscape gardener extraordinaire. And yeah, just a talented musician from Oxford, New Zealand. And that's the show, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. Same time, same channel every week on kiwiradio.nz as well as kiwiradio.co.nz and simulcasting on upfm.co.nz. I've been your host, Ralphie. Stay cool and stay creative.
Kia ora, this is Nikita.
And this is Ed.
We're 2/3 of Wellington-based band Kita, and you're listening to Kiwi Radio, kiwiradio.nz. Check out our EP and our album. You can find us at kita.co.nz or Kita Sounds with a Z on socials. Cheers.